All rise.
This is Deeper Than Money. Talk to me. I want viewers watching my show to believe in themselves.
Judge Hatchett is compelling.
If he is not going to honor you, he needs to be gone.
Compassionate.
I don't want you to give up on your dreams. I don't. And I want to figure out how we get this straight.
She's powerful.
If I were in this situation, I would have put you out too.
And she's on the bench.
I feel like I'm being judged here.
That's what I do.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. Bridget Miller is suing Janice Dives in the amount of $1,000. Ms. Miller claims her friend agreed to be her roommate and says her selfish pal cost her the security deposit after Ms. Dives moved in with a boyfriend instead.
All right, Bridget, you're in here suing your friend.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you all still friends because you're now suing her?
I would consider her my ex-best friend.
You know, that is so sad.
It is.
Over $1,000.
Yes, ma'am. Over the principal. It's not even just about the money. It's the fact that she chose her boyfriend over me.
So, come on, let's start. You know, you all have been in this. You've been deeply entrenched in this. I don't know more than I've read that you're suing her for $1,000, that you want this to cover security deposit that you paid. But clearly, there's more to this than the $1,000. So, first of all, how long had you been friends before you all fell out?
We've been friends since high school. I met her in my AP English class.
Yes.
We hit it off immediately.
Yeah.
She was
Art
very
club as well.
She was very supportive. She always helped me. I had a lot of insecurities. We both had strict parents, and she just really got me out of my shell and helped me become more confident.
Yeah, and she really supported me because my parents were also strict, but I kind of went as the rebellious route, and she really kept me more grounded and supported through everything.
Yeah, and she tends to fall quick and hard for boys.
Okay, I'm a hopeless romantic. That's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's not something to brag about either.
Are you jealous of her relationship with this boyfriend?
I believe she is, Your Honor.
Why?
Because I try my best to balance boyfriend relationship and friendship relationship, but I feel like she doesn't have enough time with me, but I try my best to balance everything. She has her own life, I have my own life.
Your Honor, I'm not jealous. If anything, I want better for her. I don't think this is the right man for her.
Why not? Why don't you think this is the right man for her?
Right. This is someone who has brought about my confidence. So when I see that her confidence has diminished and that he's manipulated her, he's kind of taken her away from me. You know, when we hang out, he's asking her where she's at when she's coming home or suggesting that she should leave.
Yeah, that's just my fault. That's just not communicating as well with him as I should. So that's not his fault. It's just about communication all around.
Okay, but it's multiple.
Wait. You all, again, have been in this. I'm trying to understand it. So you're saying that he is not good for her because he has diminished her confidence?
Yes, ma'am.
Explain that to me.
I think that from high school, right? We continued our friendship through college, even though we had a little bit of distance. And I noticed that she was questioning herself more. She didn't seem so secure in herself. She's asking me if she really does look good, if, you know, she did choose the right, you know, major and things like that. She's not as ambitious as she was. We both always talked about our careers, what we wanted to do.
Yeah, that's just growing pains. Everyone goes through ups and downs in life. Like, you should know that. We've been through things with our parents and with each other. So we should be more understanding.
It's been such a huge shift. It's not been something little, not minor. It's been consistent.
And you're saying that it's because of him, but I don't think so.
I don't know what else it could be because of.
You know,
I've seen how he treats her as well. He treats her like she's less than him. He talks down to her.
I don't think that's true. No, it's not true at all.
Okay. I would hope not.
No,
because you know what I'm going to say. As young women, we are never, ever to let anybody diminish your light. I don't care who they are. Too many young women get into relationships with men who then are insecure about the woman being powerful and being gifted, right? And so rather than to celebrate her and lift her up, they think that somehow by putting her down helps to elevate them. And that's not a healthy situation. In addition to being a judge, I am a mother. and now a grandmother. And although I don't have biological daughters, I have these wonderful, precious gifts in my life of goddaughters, and I take great pride in celebrating them and encouraging them and lifting them up. So that's my piece for today. I have to say that to you. So now tell me specifically what happened about this $1,000 so we can get to the bottom of that.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, so I had been apartment shopping and I was looking for something in my budget, and all of my friends from college had moved out of town, so I was kind of in a bit of a pickle, but I actually got a call from Janice and she told me that her and her boyfriend broke up.
Coming up on The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
And it sounds like to me that you are overreaching sometimes too, that maybe we need to give her some space to figure out some things in her life.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Bridget Miller, who is suing Janice Dives for a lost security deposit.
Okay, so you were living with your boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay, and you broke up?
Yes, he said he needed some space.
He needed some space.
Yes,
How long
so
had you all been together?
We've been together for 5 years, pretty much right after high school and into
On and off.
college.
On and
yes,
off.
but mostly on. But either way, then we moved in together. We were living together for about a year.
All right.
Yeah.
And he needed a space?
Yes, I was kind of bringing up weddings and getting married a lot. I mean,
Quick and
we've been-
fast. Quick and fast.
We've been
I don't
together.
need a comment from you every single time. I'm
sorry.
trying to understand what her story is. And it sounds like to me that you are overreaching sometimes too, that maybe we need to give her some space to figure out some things in her life
agree,
without
Your Honor.
you always having a comment. All right, so he needed space.
Yes.
You were really at a place where you were bringing up marriage, kids, all of
Yes.
that, and he was not ready for that.
Yes. Yes, so he decided he needed some space, and I felt like he was breaking up with me, but he said it was just space. So I went to go stay with my parents for a while, and then I said, yeah, take your space, and then we can come back and communicate better and see where we can go from here, because I definitely want to move forward with you, because I think he's my soulmate.
All right. So then you're looking for a place. You need a roommate.
Yes,
And of course, you and Janice talk. You find out that she's moved out and that she's moved home. So what did you do?
At this point, I was super eager to leave my parents' house as well. Like we said, pretty strict, so I was ready. So I gave her a little bit of time, but I did bring up, hey, if you want, I'm looking for an apartment. Maybe we could be roommates.
Yeah. I also thought it was a good idea, because me and my boyfriend, we weren't talking at the time, because I was, of course, letting him have his space. I said, yeah, this could be a fresh start. I'm trying to move forward and go see where this can go. And of course, you wanted more time with me as well, so we can move in together.
I was going to say, she was probably tickled that this was happening, because then she really gets to spend time with you if you all are roommates.
Yes.
Right? Yes?
Yes,
Be
Your Honor.
honest. Like,
Yes, Your
okay,
Honor.
well, he's out the picture now. Janice, my dear, dear friend, we're going to be roommates, and so we really are going to spend a lot of time together.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, I have to ask you this,
Yes.
Bridget. I have to ask you this. What was your social life like? I mean, are you dating? Do you have a boyfriend? I mean, come on. It sounds like you are just kind of by yourself, very dependent on this relationship with Janice.
Well, I want to be honest, Your Honor.
Please.
I dated a little bit in college. I had a little bit of fun, but I realized, some men just aren't up to my speed right now, and I'm very career focused and career driven. So Janice is really the only real friend I have here.
Yes.
So.
And I did try to get her to go out of her comfort zone. She's just very focused on working in school, which is nothing wrong with that. But
No,
also,
there isn't.
It's about balance, in my opinion, overall.
Well, I do think there's the thing about balance. And, I didn't learn that early enough in life, to tell you the truth. I'm probably being more candid than I should be. My lack of balance was that I was married, had children, and worked, but didn't do anything else. And balance comes and looks different for different people, right?
Yeah.
But it still, for me, was a lack of balance in my life that I look back now on and think, I was doing everything for my husband, I was doing everything for the children. I was working, crazy hours. My generation, particularly of Black women professionals, I was constantly having to prove myself. I was constantly having to show that I was 10 times better, that I couldn't just win a case. I had to really show them that I was 10 times better. And a new generation of women of color said, but Judge, that's not fair. And I said, I never said it was fair, but that was my life experience, that I didn't have the balance that I should have had because I was being a wife, a mother, and a professional, and I wasn't doing fun stuff. I'll just be honest, I wasn't doing enough fun stuff. But balance does come in different ways, and I just want to caution you that as a young woman, that it's important to focus on your career, it's important to focus on what your goals are, but let's also have a little balance in this, to do things. It may not be going out to date, it may be art, it may be going out to musicals, it may be traveling. Well, let's just remember that. So now, you all have decided to be roommates, and what happens?
Well, day of, I believe in signs, Your Honor. We haven't talked in over a month, pretty much, at this point.
This is you and your boyfriend?
Yes, my boyfriend at the time. My boyfriend now as well. So he called after we haven't even spoke on the day that we were supposed to sign our lease, actually. He couldn't have known, so I just feel like it was meant to be. He called. He said he was reflecting and that he understood where I was coming from. He's enrolled back in school, and he started working a new job as well, because my main thing was we need to be in a position to move forward. And he told me that, and he wants me to move back in with him. And so I told him that I will, and that he would also cover rent as well. I would just help out with utilities.
At this point,
yes,
you all have already both, as I understand from reading the complaint, you have both put up $1,000
yes,
for the security deposit, but you hadn't yet signed the lease.
No, Your Honor.
Because if you'd signed the lease, it would be a different situation
Yes.
altogether, because you would be on the hook, both of you, for 12 months of this lease payment.
Yes,
right?
Your Honor.
Coming up,
Okay, so now what does she say to you when she makes this decision?
Well, Your Honor, it wasn't so clear and cut, actually, unfortunately.
Okay.
She left me high and dry on the day of.
you're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Bridget Miller, who is suing Janice Dives for a lost security deposit.
Okay, so now what does she say to you when she makes this decision?
Well, Your Honor, it wasn't so clear and cut, actually, unfortunately.
Okay.
She left me high and dry
What do you
on the
mean?
day of. So the day before, it was a Sunday, and it was late, so we couldn't fill the paperwork out that day. We could give him the money, the landlord the money, to hold that deposit.
But you couldn't sign the lease yet because it was the
Yes,
Sunday.
Your Honor.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm with
So
you.
we're going to meet him there in the morning.
Yes.
And so I'm calling her. Nothing. I called her mom even because I was worried. That's not like Janice to not answer the phone.
So why weren't you answering the phone?
I was talking to him and also gathering my stuff from my parents' house to prepare to move in with him.
There were no
Wait. You knew that you were supposed to go to sign the lease the next
Yes.
day, meaning this is Sunday. You were supposed to sign the lease Monday.
Yes.
When did you and your boyfriend talk?
Or early in the morning, probably like 6 a.m.
On Monday?
Yes, on Monday, and I left her a voicemail because she didn't answer her phone when I called her.
What time did you call her?
It was early, so I called him at 6, and right after we got off the phone, a little bit after that, I called her. So it still was before we were supposed to
So
go.
now
maybe
she's
7.
calling you.
Yes.
And you aren't answering
Yes.
because you're busy talking to your boyfriend
Yes.
and packing.
Yes.
But this is your dear friend.
Yes.
You all have been friends for years.
Yes.
She is owed more than a voicemail. You can see on the phone that she's trying to get you. Why not just say, look, I need to click over. I need to talk to her.
Yeah, well, we were already off the phone at that point as well. So I was pretty much just packing up everything. So I just set my phone down and wasn't thinking about it anymore.
Coming up,
He said, "Oh, I'm sorry. That's unfortunate, but let's have
That's
a talk
unfortunate.
with
So
her."
he's not an honorable man if he's going to put me, your best friend, in a bad situation. He was okay with that.
But what would you have preferred him say?
you're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Bridget Miller, who is suing Janice Dives for a lost security deposit.
Your Honor, it was really frustrating because the landlord also called and we didn't get through. I actually had to go back to work. I didn't see the voicemail till after work. So I had already told the landlord, can we come the next day? And he had made that accommodation. At this point, he doesn't care. He's got his, $2,000, the deposit, so.
All right, did you all try to work this out before you got here? I mean, really, you did leave her in a situation here.
Yes. But I tried to provide a roommate for her. My boyfriend's best friend also needed a place to stay. I know it was very last minute. We only had one more day before. So I tried to do all I could to provide her with a roommate. Your
boyfriend's friend?
Yes.
Did she know the boyfriend's friend?
No, she
No,
did
ma'am.
not.
So you would expect her to have a roommate that
Of
she
the opposite sex.
has never met,
Yes.
who is a guy
Yes.
that she's never met, and that was going to solve the problem.
That was my hope in the moment, but of course I was going to try and have her meet. That's why in the voicemail I was just letting her know that I was so sorry that this happened. He called me, explained that he's trying to move forward. We're trying to move forward together. And I tried to have a plan for her since I didn't want to just leave her with no plan at all. I at least tried to provide someone in the moment, and it's someone that my boyfriend knows, someone that I know. I was going to try and have them meet, but she didn't even want to meet with him or do
Your
anything.
Honor, birds of a feather flock together. I think we know that. I don't think I wanted anything to do with a man that was friends with someone I already didn't get
You never
along
gave
with.
him a chance, and I told you that he
I
was
have a question.
growing.
Did your boyfriend, did you tell your boyfriend that you were literally signing a lease with me?
Yes, I did
That
tell
day?
him that. But
And what did he say?
But he didn't know until we had that conversation.
what did he say?
He said, "Oh, I'm sorry. That's unfortunate, but let's have
That's
a talk
unfortunate.
with
So
her."
he's not an honorable man if he's going to put me, your best friend, in a bad situation. He was okay with that.
But what would you have preferred him say?
Judge Hatchett's verdict when we return. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
So you are out of $1,000.
Either way, yes, Your Honor.
You're already out of $1,000
Yes.
because you lost $1,000 you put down
Yes.
because you didn't move in and you didn't sign the lease.
Yes.
What she's suing for today, so that we're all very clear, is the $1,000 that she put up that she lost.
Yes.
Because she felt like you didn't follow through on your promise.
Yes.
I think it's worth $1,000 to try to fix this, you all. I'm going to grant the plaintiff's suit for $1,000, but more importantly, before you all leave the courthouse, I want them to spend some time trying to talk about this.
Yes, sir.
Because we have two good friends, but she's grown. And you may not approve of her relationship with this man, but she is grown, and she has to make her own decisions. I think you're feeling left out. I think you're feeling lonely in a lot of ways because your other friends have moved out. She has been kind of your lifeline. And I am sorry that you all are on opposite sides of my courtroom today, but this has got to be better than what I'm hearing. It just has to be better. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, if there's nothing further, judgment for the plaintiff for the reasons I've stated for $1,000. We will stand adjourned.
Judge Hatchett has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,000.
I'm sorry it had to be this way. I'll, of course, give you your money, but I just hope that our friendship can move forward.
You're my best friend.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.